powering SMEs for inclusive trade growth. So, as we are in an interconnected world, SMEs play a critical role in driving economic growth and fostering inclusive trade. As businesses increasingly expand their reach beyond national borders, it is imperative to empower SMEs to navigate the complexities of international trade and seize the opportunities presented by the global marketplace. SMEs can successfully transition from local players to global competitors by identifying and accessing export markets, building and managing cross-border partnerships, navigating trade regulations and compliance requirements, and leveraging digital technologies for global trade expansion. So I'm happy to welcome our distinguished panelists on stage from various countries, from Chile, from Colombia, and Brazil, representing Brazil, and of course our lovely lady from Malaysia. So without wasting too much time, we will go straight to the presentation for each panelist. So I would like to welcome Ms. Natalia Arcos from Chile. Just hold on. Let me get the... Yes, so Ms. Natalia Arcos, which is the International Director of Export Promotion of Pro Chile.
Thank you. We were together a few minutes ago, so hi again. I think when we think local to global, in Chile we say local. We always talk about that because we are a very little country, but at the end we have a focus on internationalization. So for us it's important to create awareness about the importance to always think that we can grow outside, you know. And I will say that there is some advantage for internationalization that are very important to share with you. You could diversify your risk, increase client portfolio. You can take better advantage of economies of scale. Also, you can diversify your costs that are very important in order to improve your business. And also it makes SMEs less sensitive to external factors and make them capable of resisting the change that the economy has. So I know that there is a lot of challenge when you think global, but at the end the advantages are very important to keep in mind when you think if it's important to grow outside. So can you go to the next one? Just to keep in mind, we have more than 1 million companies in Chile, but 235,000 are SMEs. And as you can see, 788 are exporting SMEs. So in other words, only 1.6 of the country's SMEs are exporting right now. And we have a very big challenge because if you see, SMEs represent just 3.7% of the value of the country's exports, but at the end there are 42% of part of the total companies that are exporting. So the result to have almost half companies are SMEs are exporting, just 3.7% represent the value of the exporter in total. So the big companies are doing the numbers right now. So there is a challenge that we have, and what we always talk with the SMEs in Chile, that think global, because there is where you have more clients and more opportunities. I don't want to stop you in the next slide, please. I explained it before what we do, and could you go to the next one? But also, I would like to say that this is important because at the end of the day, we have 55 commercial offices around the globe. And when you think how to go outside, probably with the support of these offices that are providing a free services, it's a very good partner to go to the world. The next one, please. So this is our responsibilities, but at the end, when we think global, the main value that a country could provide is to go with your brand, with the brand of the country, and then with the support of the private sector. This is a number that I would like to share because probably it's just not the numbers of ProChile, probably it's the numbers of the different agencies that we are here together today. As you can see, if you work with the support of your country's offices outside, you can go for more markets. When you don't work with us, you can go to 2, almost 3 markets. But we realized if we work together, we can go to 6, even 7 markets together. Thank you. Also, when you think global, at the end of the day, you have a lot of tools and programs that we could work together. This is some examples, but we realized when you think, for example, that it's important to have information about how to achieve other markets, we realize that it's a key factor to go outside. So yeah, there's some examples, and the next one is just can be the next one too. Yeah, it's just an example we have in Chile. It's a product that called gin. Probably you drink gin sometimes, but in Chile it's not normal to provide gin to the world. And we realized, working together, we are exporting into France and Italy from a very tiny region that we have in Chile. So at the end of the day, this product that could be with added value and different experience in Chile has some opportunities in the world. The next one is another example. I don't want to stop you a little bit more, but could you? Thank you. This is a company in Chile that are growing in, I don't know, 6 or 7 countries around the globe. So, as I said, we have an opportunity at the end to see the other markets as a place to grow, and at the end to grow your company and to provide more information to your collaborators. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Natalia. Next speaker, I would like to invite Mr. Alfonso Soria Mendoza, Commercial Counselor of the Embassy of Colombia in India and the Director of Pro-Colombia in India and the MENA region. Sigue, señor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for everybody. Usually, we promote Colombia, and usually I speak about the activities to promote the investismo of the tourists. But today, I want to share one experience that we have in our Ministry of Trade, Industry and Tourism, that the name is Internalization Factories. And that is most important because we are talking about the business today, and we need really to see what is our real work with the SMEs in Colombia to introduce to export and the global market. I'm going to tell you there is one initiative of our administrative prioritizing increasing not mining energy export, promoting an export culture and expanding the exportation business network. And this is program for the micro, small, medium, and large enterprises. But usually the large enterprises arrive in this program when they don't arrive to export, or they have problems to export. But this is a program usually for the SMEs companies. What we do to with this program, accelerate the export process and enter new market in sustainable, structured, and competitive manners. The most important for us is we identify 10 main barriers, and we try to help to these people, to this effort to give answer to this effort to try to export. And this is the principal main barriers in the international business model, not defined and defined, and it was a problem. We got a lot of personnel in charge of the export process. We have a lot of knowledge of the export process. One inefficiency in time and cost in the export process, and we have we got a lack of knowledge of the export promotion tools provided by the government and free trade agreements. They don't arrive. And please, things our SMEs, they don't in the urban city in Bogotá or Medellín, we are trying to integrate the territories far away at the countryside to really to have one policy to export. And that is most important because always we are thinking like a normal citizen. We live at the big cities and we think the goods and service they are next door in our house. And we are trying to think that is a public policy to help to the small, the SME companies that are far away from the city. And we try to choose a different population when we arrive. And another, let's go, for example, we have, today we were talking about the Halal. I have one experience with somebody want to export from the Amazony products. And they want really different animals to export. And we were talking about the Halal. And it was the first time when the people that they want really to export, they work with these some kinds of animals to export, and they don't know, they didn't know the difference between mostly because in their life, cultural, it was always Christian, they didn't know. And it was very interesting this morning when we were talking about the Halal, because a lot of Latin American SMEs, they don't know what is Halal because the reality is completely different. They don't live our in the globalization world like this. And now we have a gap closure. It's very important because this program is focused on promoting business development through technical assistance to enterprises and people who are, first of all, sexually diverse. We are talking that is because the sexual diversity was living a part of the economic system. We are going to take and to support these people. Different migratory and national origins. It was Colombia, and they arrived immigration people, and we can really do the difference between we support the national companies or the migration company. We are going to do together with all the people produce for the rich in the essence is very nice. And especially the difference, generational difference, and now we are the influencers, the teenagers, people, they arrive to do the SMEs, and we have the people with experience in life, and we are going to support ethnic and racial origin. And lead us to talk the internationalization factories. We have a program, She Export to Africa, Ella Export to Africa. Is one important for Colombia to discover, to go to Africa, and preparation for the PERED territories, that is the territories where we suffered the violence or the conflict, and now we are trying to increase the SMEs implantation there, and we don't want really to have we don't have to cover all the country. The internationalization factories, the most important, that's empower women, and this is our experience. 193 companies receiving more than 2,004 interventions, achieving business for more than $5 million. We have the farmers. When we say farmers at the countryside, they were people who were living far away from the cities, and they are trying to create a new business, and we support 20 enterprises with more than 108 interventions. We have the victims, that is in the Colombian reality. We have the victims of the armed conflict, and we are going to support the transition to the civil life and to do the business and to do the person who helps to the economy. And that we implement 9 companies that receive more than 120 interventions and have support. And we have the young people created SMEs, and we have 9 beneficiaries of company. That is important to integrate these policies and the political message that to help the Afro-descendants and indigenous, because that is very important. We are going to grow our capacity to export with all the population of the Colombia. And that is it's interesting because in James, we don't want really to give the royalties and to live for the, we want really to take this ancestral knowledge and to put on the service to grow the economy and these regions. And the Afro-descendants receive 4 companies and 15 in intervention. What do the companies receive? I'm going to be quickly. Companies, the exporting excellence, we have a program to support to design and structure the new tailor-made business models. We have the mentoring program to transfer the knowledge from members. The COMEX 360, the creation of the foreign trade area with diversification, international expansion, the export consortium, a sustainable project is very important because sometimes the SMEs, we need really to take about the, next. So SDGs, because the SDGs is not only the bureaucratic on the big city or the ministry. We need really to go with the next please, with the SMEs to go to the SDGs. That is important. With this program, we are going to supporting the SDG number 1, end of the poverty, number 5, genders equality, number 8, decent work and economic growth, and 10, the reduction of inequality. Next please. The most important, we arrive with this program to try the people out of the system and to integrate, and we are going to see the results for this. We want really to see these people exporting. Maybe we are going to export to the borders. Maybe we don't want, they need really to learn about the logistic, about all the things. But now they are at the economy. They went out of the system, and now we integrate, and that is very important. We see with the internalization factories. That is our goal for the government. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. No worries about it. Okay, for our next speaker, we will have Ms. Rita Ernay, representative of the Brazilian Trade and Investment Promotion Agency, IPEX Brazil office in Beijing. Please.
Thank you for introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My presentation will be concise, and I will talking about in 3 parts. Please next. Why should we empower SMEs, and what should we do, and how should we do? So here I would like to show you some numbers regarding to SMEs in Brazil. 86 million people, around 14% of population, are benefited by entrepreneurial activities in Brazil. And 54% jobs created with signed contracts are from SMEs. And SMEs, they contribute 30% of national GDP in Brazil, and 420 billion real income generated by small business in 2022. And regarding to the total number of the companies registered till now, 48.9% are micro individual entrepreneurs, around over 11 million establishments, and 31.5% micro enterprises, over 7 million, and 5.34% are small size companies, around 1 million. So these numbers can recognize the importance of SMEs in Brazil because they actually are contributors to job creation, innovation, and comprising the portion of the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Brazil. However, despite their importance, SMEs are facing many challenges when it comes to accessing global market. So it is imperative that we equip them with necessary tools, support, and guidance to navigate them through the challenges and unlock their potential. Next, please. So here I would like to show some strategies for empowering SMEs. As SMEs, especially SMEs in Latin America, they actually have no much available information about Asian markets. So they need support like access to finance to facilitate and to secure investment in project development, and they need to build their capacity because the international markets are very competitive. They need to enhance their skills, so they need some information like market research, trade regulation, compliance requirements, and for exploring in new markets. I think the networking is very important. They need to meet new partners, and especially in Asia markets, I think the local partner can help you and support you to access more resources. And the last one is confidence and competitiveness building. As I said, that we can use, for example, digital generations and digital technologies to do more marketing on the digital platforms, to invest and their products developments, so they can get more competitiveness in global markets. So I think the support that we given for SMEs is long-term viability. It's from the beginning to the end. So we need to qualify them and let them to well prepared when they are exploring into the new markets. As one trade promotion and the investment agency, we can organize some like training program, webinars, workshops, and some training program like sharing information about market interest, market intelligence are very important for them in the beginning. And then in the middle of the pathway, I think we should support them in more events like participating in international trade fair, matchmaking events, and some business missions, so they can have opportunities to meet new partners. They can have information sharing with key players in industries, and in the end, we also need to support them for international expansion. So when they set up like our operation abroad, we need to support them for example, soft landing services, so they can have more information and can be well prepared. Next. Here I would like to share some our practice regarding to supporting SMEs. The first one on the left hand called program PEIEX. This is the program that is offered by Apex Brazil for Brazilian companies to start their export process. And companies that have never exported have many talks about international trade. And this program, PEIEX, helps them to eliminate the main uncertainties. And the program is executed in all the regions of the Brazil through partnership with local teaching and researching institutions such as universities, technology parks, and research support foundations, as well as industry federations. And at the bottom on the left hand, there is a map called Opportunity Map. And this is the online platform products by our agency. So this system is open to all the companies who want to obtain international marketing information and intelligence analysis. And this photo is one example that we organized last year. This project is called Exporta Mais Brazil. This is a global buyer project. We select and invite qualified international buyers to Brazil, and we pay for their travel experience, and so they can have face-to-face matchmaking meetings with small size and middle-sized enterprise there. So at the bottom of the right hand, there is some one-stop service. This is a mentorship for e-commerce. This is an example that we are doing now in China in partnership with the Alibaba Group, one of the biggest online platform of e-commerce in the world. And we offer one-stop support to the companies who want to expand their business through e-commerce programs. So we provide guidance from the structure building. We support them to set up a new online store on the platform, and we also to do the digital marketing on the platform. So these are our examples of events that we are doing. And in conclusion, I would like to enhance that SMEs play a crucial role in economic growth. So we should provide support, and we can enable SMEs to thrive in the global marketplace and contribute to a more sustainability and inclusive future. So that's my part. Thank you.
Obrigado. Thank you so much. And for our last speaker, Ms. Noor Izwani Ahmad, Head of Exporters Advisory and Training Unit, Export Academy Section of the Transformation and Digital Trade Division. That's a long one. Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, Matrade. Please.
Thank you, Fazil. So, Assalamualaikum, good afternoon, hola, bom dia, alright. So, Latin America has a special place in my heart. I was there for 4 years in Chile. So, I went to all the 8 countries in South America. Sorry, I didn't go to Colombia, alright. So, just in line with the topic of local going to global and empowering trade SMEs, so I just want to share a bit about what Matrade do. So as you may know, we are an agency under the Ministry of Investment, Trade Industry. So we are mandated to help Malaysian companies to promote their products and services to the world. Okay, next. So basically our trade promotion framework is based from the national trade blueprint that we've created. So we did it's a 5-year action plan for Malaysia in helping empower the SMEs and also improve the export ecosystem. So we have these 4 key priorities. So basically we want to increase our exporting companies, we want to increase our high value exports, we also want to diversify our exports, and also we want to improve the export ecosystem. So under these themes and strategic thrusts, we have 8 strategic thrusts that we have identified, and under these 8 strategic thrusts, we have about nearly 150 initiatives planned under NTBP to help the SMEs and improve the ecosystem. So in line with the priorities that we want to set and want to improve. Okay, next. So these are our core functions. Of course, first and foremost, we do a lot of export promotion and we do a lot of exporters development. And we give out trade and market information as well. We do a lot of trade advisory, especially for SMEs. So I just want to share basically for Malaysian exporters. Currently, we have about nearly 2 million SMEs in Malaysia, but only 14,000 are registered with Matrade, and 60% of them are exporting. So we need more. We need to recruit more Malaysian companies to export, and this is how we help. Under Matrade, this is the exporters' journey with us. So usually we ask them to register with Matrade, and then we'll know their export readiness level. So we have a test for them, a set of questions that we ask, so that we know whether the exporters are beginner, intermediate, or advanced. So from there we'll know which type of training that you need, or you can go straight to export markets. So we have a lot of customized program where we identify companies to be in our special programs. We have for SMEs, we have for the mid-tier companies, and we help them find the markets, find the buyers. We give them advisory and training, we give them trade information. We have a lot of platforms that we can help them to join in. We have a lot of strategic partners that we can introduce to them, and of course we guide them to enter the export market. There are a lot of promotional activities that they can go into, like trade fairs, e-commerce. We have business matching, we have trade missions that we do under Matrade or with our partners. And of course we have the grants. The grants, we have 3 grants. These are the hotcakes in Matrade. So we have the export promotion grant, we have the e-trade for e-commerce, and also we have the services export grant offered to Malaysian SMEs. And of course we introduce buyers to the Malaysian companies. At the moment, in our database, we have about more than 100,000 buyers from all around the world ready to meet the Malaysian companies. So these buyers, we have verified them so that so that you are able to directly engage with export business with them. So hopefully, this journey that we've provided to SMEs, we hope one day we can help them become export champion. So next, these are our strength. We are the second biggest outfit after Wisma Putra, where we have 49 trade offices in 38 countries. I've been 6 years in Hong Kong and then 4 years in Chile. So our job is basically to help Malaysian companies. You can come to our offices and we'll link you up with the local exporters in those countries. And we do a lot of export promotion programs and advise you on how to enter the market. So I think that's about it. So that's what we offer to Malaysian companies. Do come to us, and of course we do help Malaysian companies to search for raw materials for their products. Okay. So in that sense, when I was in Chile, the previous discussion was talking about the products available in South America. So when I was on the ground, I see a lot of complementary products in Chile, in Peru, whereby you have a lot of things that we don't produce. So little come to Malaysia. I remember when I was in Chile, I helped a lot of SMEs as well to advise them, because they had never met a Malaysian before. I was their first Malaysian to see in Chile. So we educate them a lot about the markets. And I think the challenges there definitely is because of it's just too far. It's too far, and also I think the rep from Peru said it's hard for them to find a partner here. So I think with the correct strategic partnership, I think we would be able to introduce potential partners, not just for your side and also for our side as well. Okay, thank you. That's all for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our last speaker, Mrs. Wani. So let's go, because we don't have much time. I was told by the organizer that we don't have much time on our hands. So we try to keep it tight and as concise as possible for the next, I think, 10 minutes. So let's go straight into it. Now, most of the panelists have spoken about various support mechanisms that you have within your organizations. I guess the question is not, whether they are there. Of course, they're in existence. But I guess the question would be, how efficient do you think how effective do you think these support mechanisms are in terms of translating into the real outcomes of exports for the SMEs? Anyone wants to take a shot?
Maybe I can start?
Yes.
Okay, for us, for Moderator, like what I've explained, we have a lot of export facilitations from Malaysian company. But for us, one of the challenges that the exporters face, the SMEs especially, are market information, right? So market information, how do you enter those markets? Who are the people I can see? Who are my partners, potential buyers? So for us in Moderator, in a way, the resources that we have in Moderator, we share them with the companies. Our 49 overseas officers play an important part in getting those information on the ground, real-time, real information on the ground. So we translate that into reports and we put it in our My Export portal for Malaysian companies to access and get those on-the-ground information. And also we have, like I said, we have a lot of strategic collaborators, not just domestically but internationally as well. So all these collaborators, they work with us, providing training and advisory in terms of trade regulation and laws. We have regulatory changes. We have networking sessions. And we have also a lot of, we try to prioritize sustainability efforts. So all this information, we try every week. We'll do every week seminars, webinars, so that Malaysian companies will be able to get updated information. So it's important also to create platform for SMEs with the ecosystem players. Because a lot of the smaller companies that I notice when I do my exporters advisory is that a lot of these smaller companies, they don't know who to see, who to go. They want to export, especially those who have never exported. They don't know how to take freight forwarding. They don't know how to set export prices. So we have partners, and we ourselves can help them give those information. So it's critical for them to get this, to get the information fast, and also who to meet, the right people to meet. So that's what we do.
Basically, plugging in the information gap. I think this is one of the critical things for SMEs.
I would like to add something that, in my experience, one of the things that are more effective is how we create a long relationship. Because at the end, trade is not just sell or buy things. At the end, it's a relation between the exporter and the importer. So the service that we provide are feeding that relation with the people that are in the market, trying to call, how are you, how is everything, go to dinner or something like that. At the end, is the most important thing in order to do business. We don't just buy something, we buy an experience, we buy, at the end, the importance of the relation. So I
guess
think
this is also one of the problems because of the language.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody speaks Spanish, huh?
It's not easy. How is your
Spanish
Spanish
for
in
lessons.
Chile? Did you learn Spanish or
from the TV?
Or Chileno?
From a Chilean. My Spanish is not the formal Spanish. My Spanish is Chileno Spanish.
Chileno Spanish.
When I came, I learned Buenos Dias. When I went to Chile, it's Buen Dia.
Buen dia.
Very good Spanish.
Okay, Senor Osorio, do you have any comments?
I want to tell you something that is very important, but why we are talking only about the trade of goods and not service. And that is very important because we apply all in our SMEs service. And we are going, that is very important because for we see increase in the PPO program. We have more for the call centers. We have all now, and that is very important. These persons, when they arrive, the SMEs arrive with the possibility, for example, to create a call center. They need more than us because maybe we know all the different cultures that they are going to apply. For example, the geographical. I'm talking like Colombia is very close to the north of the South America, and we are a lot of clients from the North American enterprises arriving to asking about the post sales service, and we have a lot of small SMEs trying to get this market, right, to the skill, try to have the skill to do this work, and they arrive to Colombia to looking for a support, a technical support, and that is. But sometimes we are thinking always about the good. The good is important, but the service is important today. We increase all the enterprises, the SMEs, to do the service more than the goods. I don't know why, because that the people avoid influencers, the internet, the e-commerce, the market, all the e-economy, e-business is good to increase the service. That is very important. We have the promotion office to have an answer for these SMEs. Thank you.
I think the strong message here is beyond goods, it's also services and relationships, as you said. So I guess we should have more ajiaco and arepas in Colombia. Ms. May from Brazil?
Yeah, I think the most essential things that actually SMEs, they lack of information about the international market. So the trade promotion agencies, like we need to do support for access to information and share this information about market. And Brazil actually is too far away from here, so the cost for traveling is too expensive. So actually we also need to do some support to access to finance. Just like I showed you before, the example that we are doing one barrel project, that we pay for the travel expenses to international qualified bears, so they can travel to Brazil and meet SMEs just in Brazil. And the other thing that I think is important, that we need to use more digital platform. So not only for business, but like build showcase showroom on digital platform, so they can have a virtual connection with international contracts and potential partners all around the world.
Thank you so much for that. I guess another thing I wanted to ask is, and I guess this is the, should I say, the elephant in the room, elefante en el cuarto. The issue of scale, because I think one of the impediments for SMEs is really scale. When you're talking about international trade, when you're talking about trade as far as going to Latin America, and vice versa, we're talking about whether it's possible to service this kind of volume for it to make sense economically, right? So how would you, in your organizations, overcome this issue of helping them scale? I'll give you an example of Thailand. For example, Thailand has this concept of OTOP, one tambun, one product, where they aggregate products from a certain province, so that it basically helps in terms of aggregating the quantity for exports and all this. Is there something similar in your countries to help overcome the skill issue of SMEs?
You can start. Or do you want? No? In Chile we have clusters. We create groups of companies that are providing the same. So if the volume is something that one company cannot afford or supply, they complement the products. So it's easier for everyone, it's less cost, and at the end they have the possibility to reach countries that are far away, and at the end probably the ones that are trying to do it in a long term, they are probably the winners at the end. But at the beginning, the clusters are very good options to work together and create a community in Chile to reach different countries. Even not just in Chile, sometimes there are Peruvian and Chilean companies that are working together to reach Asian countries. Yeah.
Anyone else wants to address or?
For us, basically, because like I said, we have the export readiness assessment tool, so we kind of like cluster our exporter based on their level of exporters readiness. So they have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So from there, usually with those who are beginners, we tend not to match them with buyers yet, because they need a lot more assistance in terms of scaling up, in terms of certification and whatnot. But for intermediate and advanced exporters, we tend to match them with buyers. But of course, there are different levels of companies, right? Some are smaller that can offer a lot more MOQs. Some are bigger that can cater to a bigger buyer. So for us, in Madrid we have different buyers, from the small ones to the big ones. So usually when an exporter comes to Madrid, we will ask all these questions, right? So, but we also notice that some companies tend to work together to produce the same products. But of course, it's not that many companies do that, because still the challenges is people still want profit on their own, right? So they don't want to work together. But for us, we do segregate those types of buyers. Even those who are sustainable, those who have green certification, we have a separate database, because for those big buyers, especially US, Europe, and Japan, who want sustainable companies, then we have those pool of sellers who are able to cater to those markets. So yeah, it's hard to make them work together sometimes.
It also depends on the size.
Size, yes. In the end, it's the size.
I agree with Natal, but we have experience with the cluster of the coffee. That is a big company. They join the big producers and small producers. There are approximately 400,000 group families to do, but the problem for us is when we go to the special group or a special product. For example, we want you to promote now with the Amazonic products like the gulupa, the exotic fruits now. And you got this exotic fruit from the Amazon. And it's not only to get the producer, the people we train, we have the program to help the people to export, but the problem is the logistics, the distance, the communications, and the cultural. Even in Colombia, we have different cultural perception of the reality. And that is the most important, like the cluster is the excellent solution, but we got it to arrive to organize the SMEs to export. And that is the, and sometimes, and when we talk in transnational ideas, when we used to work with the shared values with the Pacific Alliance, and the fourth country, Mexico, Peru, Chile, and Colombia, and it was excellent opportunity with a huge, like a huge strategy like this.
We do a lot of mentorship programs and training programs for SMEs. One example that I just saw on my PPT called PEIEX. And in our headquarters, we have a department called CRM. So we do customized services for each company who has basic needs about one specific market. So we actually have in total 15 offices abroad. So each office can have database on local market, and we work together to support and provide this local information to Brazilian companies who have interest in the international market. And we also work very closely with industry associations in Brazil. So we renew almost every year studies on different sectors and different countries among different products. So they are all free of charge, and they can access available at any time they want.
Okay, thank you so much for all your answers. Round things up, I guess, to talk about the geopolitical shifts in the world today, with a lot of things happening, and there's a lot of shifts, for example, in terms of exports, the export trade winds from China to different parts of the world instead of to the West. How has this impacted the markets in Latin America and for us in ASEAN, for the better? And one.
I will say business are business. At the end, the business want to be done, so we always want to find a way to get the customer. So yeah, business are business.
Business is business. All right. That should be the keyword of this session today. Business is business.
For Malaysia, I mean, based from our observation, of course, business as usual. But of course, the geopolitical tensions and with the currencies and all, there's some pro and cons lah, affecting our companies. But in certain parts, Malaysia quite strong with our trade is quite strong with certain countries. So any changes of all these geopolitical tensions or even trade barriers and whatnot, it will affect Malaysia, especially E&E. But at the same time, with the currency exchange, there are pros and cons in terms of we can sell high but then again, our raw material will be much more expensive, right? So, but Malaysia, we are even our trading ranking is up now. We are the 25th trading nation. So we are getting higher. And of course, for the past 3 years, we've made 2 trillion trade for the 3 consecutive years. But of course, last year, due to all the reasons, the various reasons, our trade slipped a bit. But we foresee some industries will come back, and under the trade NTBP, like we said, we try to focus on certain high value exports that can help. Of course, our traditional exports are still strong, and we still rely on them. But we see some changes in terms of because we cannot deny competitors, right? So competitors are getting better and better, and we have to also upscale our SMEs, especially SMEs. But our mid-tier helped us a lot as well. Our mid-tier companies, the mid-tier meaning when they make 50 million ringgit annual sales. So because they contribute a lot to our exports as well, and they are the ones who export a lot to all over the world. Some companies have 200 markets, exporting to 200 markets. But these SMEs as well, we rely on them because they create supply chain to the SMEs, right? So for instance, in 2022, based on our survey, Malaysian SMEs generated about more than 30 billion ringgit of sales, and they created about 9,000 supply chains to the SMEs. So smaller SMEs are actually supplying for them as well, and they created more than 5,000 jobs, right? So we have to rely on the MTCs, the mid-tier companies, but we need to empower the SMEs as well. So for the government, at least for Matre, we are doing a lot of strengthening of the SMEs program because there are two types of companies: those who are exporting and those who are not yet exporting. They have different challenges. The exporting, the challenges are market access, regulatory information. But the smaller ones, the access is export readiness. They don't know how to get certification, and whatnot. They don't know how to upscale their machineries and factories. So, two different types of challenges that we need to address. So, in doing so, we hope by strengthening our SMEs, we hope in a way the trade winds also will not be too hard for us lah. Of course, external factors you cannot change. They still be coming. If not this country, another country will come up. So yeah. So in the end, we have to strengthen the SMEs and also MTCs.
Thank you so much for that. Anyone else? No.
I want only to say this morning when I saw the schools from Natalia and from Peru, I was thinking that the Colombia, we arrived late to the Asian market because we were very shy to negotiation the free trade agreement. And we have the excellent partners. We have the Pacific Alliance, like Mexico, Peru, and Chile. They are 32. We have 15 free trade agreements. And that is a problem because we were thinking always happy to have a coffee, diplomatic policy, and flowers commercial policy, and we, at the moment when we start to diversify and to access to the ASEAN countries, and we don't have all the agreements that we need. That is the reason for us is far away the question, but we are really to stay more present. We are going to have more investments for the region, more present to export. We want really more towards the regions, and that is the big. I know business, but we don't have the high pieces like we want. Because we need more access to market, but for our products, and that is the reason. But we are very conservative and we're very shy in this way, but we are going to be more aggressive in this moment. And with the Pacific Alliance, it was an excellent solution for the Colombia to arrive to the region.
Okay, I guess last chance. Do you have any questions from the floor? Okay, so I guess this comes to the end of this amazing session. I would like to personally thank the amazing panelists for a great conversation with me. I have to apologize if some of my questions are a bit too intense. Because after lunch, everyone is in their dream, so we have to fuck it up a bit. So siesta. So yes, please join me to give them a round of applause to all the panelists.